Hailing from Kaduna, Nigeria, and influenced by artists such as Panam Percy Paul and Papa San, baritone vocalist and musician Sam Okai joins us to talk about his debut album, Karfin RaiNa, which is Hausa for Strength of My Life. Welcome, as we say in Hausa, Barka.
Barka Zua, thank you for having me.
Barka, what would you say about my mom? Barka as well.
Barka Zua, so Barka.
And that means?
Welcome, it's just a way of telling somebody, oh, you're welcome. And yep.
Sam, it's good to have you in the studio, and thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to hearing some live music for you, because I know live you are a bit of, young people will call it a beast in the UK.
Yes, yes, yes.
But let's go to the beginning of the journey, because it wasn't always so pretty. Tell us, for those of us who may not know so well, the journey of you ending up in Kaduna, and how you end up in a church and the church becoming pretty much family. You actually live in a church. How and why did that happen?
Actually, I was born in Kaduna, the last child of a family of 10 kids.
10 children?
Oh yeah, 10 kids. And then just growing up, I grew up in Catholic. And then when I was in my teenage years, I just discovered that I was at a place that I wasn't feeling God like the way I love Him. Because I'm like, if you love God, then there are some things you shouldn't be doing. But I just don't know how to, fix that. And then so luckily for me, somebody invited me to a Pentecostal church. It was a night vigil, and man, the way they were praying,
you felt
the
some
music,
power.
I just felt something. I think, you know what, this is where I belong. So then I just made a commitment that, okay, you know what, I'm going to serve this God. But it has, it has not always been easy. I remember leaving home after secondary school to go to a different city called Abuja. And there, I lived on the street for 3 weeks. And then luckily for me, I met this pastor, Pastor Nat Ayo. He took me in like a son. And then I told him, listen, I need a direction for my life. I need a mentor. I want somebody who can disciple me to, fulfill God's potentials and, destiny for my life. And he took it upon himself, and I served in his ministry for 12 years.
Wow. Now, is that where you found your voice as a musician, a singer-songwriter?
Yes, yes. I actually started as a drummer.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So let me just be real. Drum takes a lot of strength.
Well, we can see it's worked well for you, with the chest and the flat stomach, and maybe I should take up some drumming, Brother Sam.
So I said, you know what, let me try the bass guitar.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you couldn't take the work?
No, I couldn't continue.
So then you went to take the heavy bass guitar?
The heavy bass guitar, because you don't have to hold a lot of chords, it's just to complement the drummer. So, playing the drum, it got to a time I said, man, this bass is too heavy.
Exactly my point. The thing is heavy, man.
So I said, okay, you know what, and I love worship and country music. So I said, okay, let me just learn a little bit of the box guitar and keyboard. So that was how I started, giving that area attention.
So you're able to play all these instruments?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And of course, you're influenced by one of the greatest singer-songwriters to come out of Africa, Dr. Panam Percy Paul, who I consider a big uncle. But, it all sounds very, very beautiful, all this. But I know in not so, in recent times, you've written a song for your mother. Part of the album, and she didn't actually get to hear it before she transitioned. To tell us a bit about that.
Actually, she was one of the people who inspired the album, because I wrote the song and then started this project more when I was at a place in my life that I was, let me just be real, angry with God. I was feeling afraid and depressed. But one thing my mentors told me that, listen, if you are a head of a home, at times don't just walk with your feelings. Walk with what the Word of God says and stay with it.
So hold on, here you are, you've left all the brokenness behind in Africa, here in America, living the dream, as some might say, yet you had in your heart some anger towards God because things weren't working the way they should.
Things weren't working, and one of those things were my mom's health. So we were very close. And then growing up as a little boy, you know, seeing how my mom really worked hard to give us a better life. So I'm like, God, if you bring me up to this stage, just take that sickness away. Just take it. So I was living in fear that, God, what if something happened to her? That is one. And then when I came here, the culture was totally different. You know, back in Africa, you know, if you're broke, you can go to your neighbor and then eat free food. But here it was a little bit kind of like individualism. So I'm like, this fear of, okay, what happened if I lose my job? What happened if...
Because, of course, you're worried about your wife, you're worried about the
children,
the children,
everything.
And from where we come from,
yes,
I'm the one at the front. You know,
exactly.
I can't turn to my wife and say, babe, I haven't got a job, you go and work.
Exactly.
You know?
So I remember this evening, I was reading out Psalms 27 verse 1, where it said, the Lord is my light and my salvation.
Whom shall I fear?
Whom shall I fear? That word kind of hit me. I've been reading that verse for a long time, but the Holy Spirit kind of brought out that two phrases. It says, the Lord is my light, my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And then the next phrase says, the Lord is the strength of my life.
Yeah. You know, Sam, we've run out of time.
Okay.
But Mother inspired the CD. You were worried about her. You wrote a song for her, but she passed away before you get this. She's able to hear the song. So for you now, just in 20 seconds, if you can, where is Sam Okai?
I think I'm in a good place in the sense that physically I still miss her. But my fulfillment is that she inspired something that did not only console me, but is blessing lives. So that to me, it's a blessing. And I look forward to one day, you know, when I'm old, not now.
Yes.
Singing with her in heaven.
After you've done 120 years of being the ice cream man.
Yes.
And if you want to know what that means, you'll have to watch another program. Sam, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to you performing for us in a few moments.
Thank you for having me.